was missing, I think, from before this match and after this match, I dare say. Maybe not right after, but definitely this match wasn't this card wasn't emotion packed, but this definitely was emotion packed. Loved it. I gave this an A grade. So close to an A plus. I don't know what they could have done different to make it an A plus, but I feel like these two can have another match and it can be better. Loved both of them. They both did great. I'm not even. I'm bummed Nyla lost, but like you said, I'm not bummed that Shida won because she definitely earned it this time. Loved this. Then next, I guess we got. Oh, and we should say Pasty's up 3-1 to Mac. So Pasty's kicking ass on this one so far, and that's not going to change anytime soon. We've got the not main event, which I again think maybe I don't know. They've been really priding themselves on
Stampede being the fun experience it was. I can understand your complaint about it being the last match.
Yeah, it could have been the first match even. But
yeah.
they pride themselves on the Tony Khan and Cody have both said, we put on the heavyweight title last because that's our championship and that's what you should do. And then it's like, yeah, then we had a gimmick haha match going on after it. But whatever, that's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is the AEW World Championship match. Jon Moxley successfully defending his title against Brody Lee, the Exalted One. But he won by referee stoppage. So so Brody Lee didn't lose, but Jon Moxley won, if that makes sense. So I'll get into mine. First of all, I gave this an A grade. Again, just like the women's match that, like you said, there could have been that bathroom break in between these two. I don't know what I wanted more from them, but I just think they can give me more.
This match and the women's championship match were too similar to be right next to each other.
Agreed. But I think this was Moxley's best pay-per-view match so far, in my opinion, in either AEW or WWE.
Like a beast in this match. Oh. Amazing. I've never really seen him outside of WWE, but oh my God, what a monster. I love it.
This was a balls all-out brawl. Brutal, intense. Moxley did win, but just barely. Lee looked like a real fucking badass here, and he fought through everything that Moxley threw at him. There was a couple times that I was worried legitimately for these two. The first was when they were fighting on one of those stack of poker chip gimmicks that they had out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, and I didn't notice this in the women's title match, and it might have just been because I just didn't see it, or maybe that it was a different stack of chips gimmick or something. Maybe they didn't get to this one. I don't know. But I noticed that they had exposed nails coming up from the bottom.
Oh, shit.
And I was just like, oh, God, don't like throw somebody to the side of it and just rip it up. It's like, and they never did. They never did, whether they knew it or not. I'm not sure. The second spot was when Moxley hit the paradigm shift through the ramp.
Yeah, dude.
When they showed the replays, a couple of the angles, I'm 90% sure he hit his head on the non-gimmicked portion that didn't break.
Yeah, the actual, 2x4s.
Yeah. I think the back of his head.
Yeah.
It looked sick, but I haven't heard anything negative coming out of it.
Moxley don't whine. What you talking about?
Right. But this was good. This is Brody Lee. His loss was disputable. He didn't quit, like I mentioned.
Brody
the referee
Lee
made the
kicked
call.
Out at 1. Was that after that?
Yeah. After that,
I think that was before that because he was bleeding and then got choked out. I don't think Mox went for the pin. That was before that, but still, he kicked out at 1 off of a paradigm shift or 2. Well, yeah, off of the 1 paradigm shift after getting his ass kicked for quite a while by Jon Moxley.
I'm just going to say this. His booking in this match should really help him build the connection with the audience that he is strongly missing right now.
Yes.
I really hope coming out of this that the fans look at him differently than they have been, because this was just mwah.
I mean, and after this, how could you not be excited for Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage? That's going to be nuts. And if they put the title on Brian Cage, I'll be upset because he jumped the line, but at least this gets you out of putting it on another WWE guy.
There's so many better non-WWE guys. I'm not going to...
He's Brockish, you know? It's a believable top contender.
He's no. I would not say he's Brockish. He's got the body of Brock. Yeah. He does not have the background, the skill.
Brock is a genetic freak. We all know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely isn't Brockish. He's more. I don't want to say Jinder Mahal because that's the complete opposite of he's nowhere near that bad. He's a big jacked dude.
It's just like how I think of Joey Janela, like Macho Man, but far more of just a normal everyman guy. Brian Cage is the normal everyman guy. Brock Lesnar.
Let's give him a normal everyman guy. Goldberg. Let's give him that.
Fair enough. I'm hoping he can go longer than Goldberg. I don't want to see that shit.
I'm hoping. You know what? Even though I'm not a big fan of him, I'm hoping he can sell half as much money as Goldberg.
Yeah.
That would help AEW out. Cha-ching.
I am definitely looking forward to Moxley Cage, though. That's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting. I'm reserved on it right now. Very reserved, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind because Cage I've seen really good matches that Cage has been involved with. It just always seems like it's the other person. Because the next time around, you see him in another match, and it's like, oh, it's the drizzling shits. So Moxley could bring out the best in him, and they could definitely have an A match, I think.
I mean, he did have a really bad spot in the ladder match, too, where he was going to set somebody up on that ladder, and then the ladder fell over, and then they restarted the spot.
Yeah, but again, that's happened kind of throughout the pay-per-view, so I'll give him, and especially ladder matches. Oh, you just have to expect shit's going to happen.
I felt bad for him, because, like, that's your debut. You don't want to have that kind of thing happen. Like, oh, man.
All right, let's move on, because this one I'm probably going to talk about more than I want to. But
well, you had to watch it more than you wanted to, didn't you?
That's true. I did not want to watch.
I loved it so much, man. It was...
What was it? Build it up for us.
We're talking about the Stadium Stampede, the first ever Stadium Stampede, seeing the Elite, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Matt Hardy, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson, defeating the Inner Circle's Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz.
Nice roll on the R there, buddy.
I liked the entrance. I loved that the Inner Circle came out in football pads and gear, and Santana looks like he belongs on a football field. Ortiz does not. Right. It was really good. It was very entertaining. I thought you were gonna love the parallels between this match and football. I expected that just from the beginning. Well, throughout the match, honestly. But I'm not a big football guy. But I popped for it. It was smart. And then the Elite came out all normal like, and I was like, oh, you guys are sad.
So we do have to mention they talked about how I'm just gonna cut you off for a second here, but they talked about how Chris Jericho, or not Chris Jericho, they talked about how Chris Jericho, what was his number was something special to him.
Oh, I don't know.
And Jake Hager's was his number from football, and Sammy Guevara's was his number from football. And they just, I don't know if this was like a standards in practice. Yeah, it can't be a standards in practice thing because they're cussing and doing all over. Yeah. They never once mentioned about Santana Ortiz being 5150. And I was just like, that's their fucking gimmick, is 5150. That's the California code for involuntary psychiatric commitment for individuals who are dangerously insane.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's been their gimmick from before they signed. Like, I legitimately think that they just didn't do the research and didn't know what 5150 meant. Because they mentioned everybody else's and not theirs. kind of bothered me, just because 5150 was the only one I fucking knew what it meant and gave a shit about. And I marked when I seen it was 5150 before they started talking about how all the numbers meant something. I just figured they were just whatever they picked, and then I was like, oh, there you go, Santana Ortiz doing their LAX gimmick, and then,
Yeah.
But that's fine. I think it's cool that they did it. I just think that was another thing on the announcers. Get into the match, Pasty.
All right. Well, it added an interesting fold to Adam Page did not come out with the Elite, but Kenny Omega sure seemed confident he would be there. So we start, and it's fucking Avengers Civil War, the two teams charging at each other, and I loved that. That was really good.
That was beautiful shooting. Definitely made use of the cinematic pre-taped shot. Like that was a setup shot. Like, okay, you guys stand here, you guys stand here. When I say go, rolling, go at it. Like, loved it.
Yeah, and as they were coming out, I was totally hoping that would happen. When that kind of shit happens, I get extra happy. Then it broke down into 5-6 minutes of just brawling around the ring and in the ring, and it was kind of boring, but it was the thing. And Sammy Guevara was hitting Kenny Omega on the head with a football when Adam Page came out on a horse and chased him out of the arena area and into the whatever.
The stadium.
Yeah. Sammy's run was amazing, but Adam Page was not close enough for that run to be a thing, I think. Then what? More. You talk about it. You got the notes.
I actually, you know what? For only watching this one time through, I got a shit ton of notes.
Good.
Because a lot went on, and a lot, and it wasn't all bad.
I ain't gonna remember this shit in order. So.
I gave this a B. I'm not gonna remember it in order either because I wrote this afterwards. I didn't take notes at the time, which was insane. But it was hard. You couldn't. There's no way you could have took notes and caught what was going on.
Yeah.
I did give this a B grade, so I didn't shit on it like I think you thought I was finna.
No, I thought you were gonna like it, and then you said I might be surprised at what you think.
It's a miss. It's a miss. I know. I believe watching this, I got a feel for what they wanted to do, but I believe watching this that they failed at that.
I feel like they made the best out of what they had at the time. They wouldn't be able to do this without COVID. You know what I mean? Oh,
for sure. But there's better ways to do it, and I even have examples later on. Just sit back and relax, buddy.
It was better than WWE's Money in the Bank, right?
Because they don't have the history and they don't have the wherewithal that Money in the Bank did, no. But if AEW did this exact same match after 30, 40 years, it's basically the same. I mean, literally, it's basically the same, which is sad but true. But I give it a better grade because they don't know what they're doing. But I even mentioned that coming up here in my notes, so just bear with me here. Right. First thing is, I felt they didn't capitalize on the ring being present there, and I wouldn't have had the fucking ring there. Yeah, I don't know why the ring was there.
Get the ring out.
It's a Falls Count Anywhere Stadium Stampede match, and yeah, they did a couple flips off it and shit, but unnecessary. Get rid of that. That was dumb. No reason to be there. The horse was a miss for me. I don't know.
It was the best they've used the horse so far. Usually it's in an arena full of people and the horse gets spooked.
Yeah. He doesn't need a horse. How about that? How about he doesn't need a horse?
But it's cowboy shit.
No, he's the hangman. He's not the cowboy. He needs to have a noose and a fucking guillotine and shit. The whole gimmick made Adam Page seem really stupid. Like the whole, I'm not talking about just him running out, but then he's just literally wandering around the stands doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did anything the whole time other than drink and ride a fucking horse.
That's kind of
I mean, he hit somebody twice.
Yeah. He fought.
He didn't look good at all.
Jake Hager in the bar.
Yeah, a little bit. He just he picked him up and threw him down the bar. That's what he did.
Uh-huh.
That being said, I have in my notes, I did enjoy the two bar scenes.
Yes.
But I don't know what to do with them. like they really seemed very out of place, and they didn't